What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today we have the data download for the brand new Kizuna Clash, which is going to feature a new free-to-play Goldie Roger. Yeah, you heard that correct. Goldie Roger is going to be the free-to-play character that we farm for in the upcoming Kizuna. I don't have his data currently in game, I can't share that to you guys, but just know the unit artwork is amazing. The unit itself, in terms of being a free-to-play unit, is actually pretty good as well. And here's a unit that has a 5+. This is going to be a Super Boss Kizuna Clash, so make sure to get your alliance together. Get ready for those super bosses. It's going to be pretty tricky. And here we have the Pirate Alliance Kizuna Clash Sugo-Fest. Now, for those players who are new to the game and don't know what this is all about, essentially there is a new Whitebeard and a new Vista character. These two characters are going to help you clear the upcoming Kizuna Clash. They give you more tokens to access the super boss in Kizuna as well. But realistically, these characters, you don't need them. They help you in this one event, but they don't see that much play outside of the event, in all honesty. However, the Kizuna Clash does feature characters that you can only pull on Kizuna Clash Sugo-Fests, and the most important ones being the Sugo-Fest exclusive Drake, and also Kaido and the lead performers. These two characters are pretty decent, especially X-Drake just synergizes perfectly with the brand new 8th anniversary Kaido character. He's so good. But of course, this banner is going to be going live on May 20th, so mark it down. And in terms of when the Kizuna goes live, I don't know exactly, but we'll know in the next couple of days in terms of when it actually is going to go live. But what does this banner actually entail? So, it's a pretty typical Pirate Alliance Kizuna banner. The first and second multis are pretty trash, being a legend or a rate boosted character. You got a recommended unit on the third, you got the Sugo-Fest exclusive on the fourth, and then the fifth is a guaranteed new character, meaning the fifth multi guarantees you either the new Vista or the new Whitebeard character. And in terms of the recommended units, I mean, as we just saw, there's a lot of good units. The Whitebeard, the Vista, Drake, Kaido lead performers, Sakazuki, which we will also be talking about in this video, brand new super evolution coming into the game. He's pretty good, by the way. We've also got Podcast D Ace, the Marco. So, like, there's a lot of pretty decent units here, but I mean, I don't know if I could really suggest it, especially when there is also a brand new support banner coming out. Once again, for those who don't know, support Sugo-Fests are banners where you can get support characters which you can attach to your units, which give you very key abilities throughout a quest. Once again, these characters are only pullable on this banner. In terms of the characters that are featured here, you've got the Wanda, who is pretty solid, especially if you have Luffy and the Straw Hats Dual Legend, the Super Sugo-Fest exclusive. Wanda's a great addition to that unit. You've also got Caesar, works well with Capones, Dofis, and Kaidos. The Sabo character has great utility, and then this brand new Whitey Bay, which also has very good utility. We'll talk about that one in a moment. But let's actually start talking about the two new characters. We have the Vista and the Whitebeard. Vista first, who is a dex / a free spirit. Captain ability doesn't matter. Special ability reduces resilience and also paralysis by 6 turns, and then changes block, recovery, and tandem and unfavorable slots into matching. And if you have an attack boost, he will further increase the attack boost by 0.25, and otherwise he's just going to give you a 2x attack boost to dex / and free spirit instead. So you can see here, it's okay. I mean, the utility is obviously really nice, and that's the key thing as to why this unit may be used in the future, but again, it's not like a character you overly need. He's obviously going to be good in the upcoming Kizuna, and if you have a look at the boosted effect, it does mention here you get 1.2 times additional tickets, 1.25 times additional super boss tokens, he gets 2 times stats in the event, and minus 15 cooldown, and he's super effective against all types in the Kizuna, so just showing why this character is going to be good in this brand new Kizuna Clash. The crewmate effects are pretty bad, and he unfortunately doesn't have any really good support either. So, I mean, yeah, the new Vista, he just seems okay. And then we have the new Whitebeard, the new Edward Newgate, who is also a Dex Free Spirit Striker this time. Captain ability, doesn't matter. His special reduces attack down by 6 and threshold by 6. And if the captain is either Striker or Free Spirit, he gives you a 2.5 times chain boundary for 1 turn. Otherwise, it's still a 2.25 times chain boundary. Pretty good effect. This is actually a character I can see being used in normal content. He's a Whitebeard character, he has access to pretty decent support, and that's a special ability that can be used in a lot of different circumstances. Actually not too bad. Crewmate effects, he can't be blown away, that's actually pretty nice, and just a stat boost there, and unfortunately his support effect is not that great either. So Whitebeard, I definitely like him a lot more than Vista, but of course both of these characters are going to be boosted in the actual event itself. You can see the Whitebeard actually does get 1.5 times ticket boost, again, more Super Boss tokens, double stats, super effective against all types, minus cooldown, but he actually gets a buffed captain ability in this Kizuna as well. Dex, Striker, and Free Spirit, 5.25 times attack, 1.4 health, and Dex accounted as matching. Remember, this captain ability of the Whitebeard is only available during the Kizuna clash. It's not going to be available elsewhere, so do keep that in mind. He's not going to be that broken on every piece of content, but yeah, he just also just seems kind of okay. So the Kizuna Sugo-Fest is kind of whatever, though there are some pretty cool units, especially X-Drake. I like that he's being boosted once again. Let's talk about the support banner. Now, for those of you who are more hardcore players, you guys know what this is all about, but remember that when a Super Boss Kizuna comes out and the support banner comes out alongside it, the support unit is going to be more valuable to own comparatively to the Whitebeard and Vista. So just keep that in mind. I personally am going to pull until I get this unit. I want this Whitey Bay unit. So let's go ahead and talk about this one. This banner also goes live May 20th, the same day as the actual Sugo-Fest here. And in terms of the steps, we've got some pretty interesting ones. Guaranteed support rare recruit on the first multi, and it is a discounted first multi. You got a recommended unit on the second multi, which means on that second multi, the last unit is guaranteed to be one of these 4 units on the front, which is really good. Then there's nothing on the third, and a support character on the fourth, and you can see it skips a couple of steps along the way. 10 multis guarantees you Whitey Bay, which I don't want to have to do, but either way, Whitey Bay, pretty good unit overall. Let's go ahead and have a look at what she actually does. So Whitey Bay, great artwork too. The special and captain ability of this unit really doesn't matter. We're having a look at the support effect, which attaches to Ace, Marco, Vista, and Whitebeard. So I really wish it was attaching to certain class units instead, because I don't know how often this is actually going to see play, but we'll see anyway. I like that it attaches to Ace though, because if you are wanting to use the new characters from the 8th anniversary Sugo-Fest, this can attach to Ace and Yamato, which is nice, and also attaches to Roger Newgate, which is really good. But the effect is, once per quest, when you use the special, reduces bind by 1 turn, reduces barriers by 1 turn, gives you a 0.7 chain boost for 1 turn, and allows you to hit perfects a lot easier, also for 1 turn. So getting 4 different effects from one special activation is pretty incredible. The bind and the barrier removal is the key things there. A 0.7 chain boost on a support is very, very rare though. Not too many units actually have that. So it's nice that we have yet another one. And this is a character that is probably going to see play on a lot of different teams to just get a free chain boost just for the damage output, but also a little bit of utility here and there as well. It is always nice to see. I do like that. So Whitey Bay does seem pretty good, and of course that support effect is going to be super nice on the upcoming Super Boss Kizuna, most likely. And now we get to go ahead and talk about the brand new Super Evolution for V2 AKAINU. For those of you who have been fans of the channel for a really long time, you guys know that when I pulled this unit, I was pretty much only using him for basically all the content. On release, this guy was so incredibly busted, and now we finally get to see what they've got in store for him in his Super Evolution. So here we go, this is the artwork here. Now I must admit, the artwork is a little underwhelming, especially from what we got a couple months ago with Kuzan. Kuzan's artwork looked way better, but you know, I digress. One thing to talk about though, is the fact that this unit does receive buffs via the level limit break. So it means if you've actually pulled multiple copies of this unit, it's incredibly valuable, and I really do like that. So I wonder if we're going to see characters in the future, whenever they get a Super Evolution, they just receive the level limit break as well. I hope that is the case. That's actually really cool. It means this character on day 1, on Super Evolution Day, he is going to be a boss, and this guy does not shy away from that. Now, what I have here, my specific AKAINU is max level limit break and also limit break expanded. So this is the best AKAINU is going to look. So let's go ahead and have a look at this captain ability. So actually, just looking on some of the Discord servers, apparently the captain ability that we see here is actually not the final captain ability. Apparently the limit break plus and the level limit break captain ability is not actually in this current kit, but just know, we'll talk about the specific changes in a moment, but let's have a look at this captain ability. So, -1 cooldown at the start of the quest, boosting the attack of Strength and Int by 4.75 times, and health by 1.3. He makes Strength and Int slots matching for Strength and Int characters, and then will also boost the chances of landing on a matching slot, and then deals non-type damage to one enemy at the end of the turn, up to a maximum of 600 times this character's attack, depending on the number of perfect strikes. So to kind of dumb this down, you get the cooldown, you get the really good attack boost, you get matching slots for those units, and then higher chances of landing matching slots. But the other effect at the end, some people might not understand what that's about. Every time you hit a perfect, it basically adds a multiplier, and if you hit all 6 of your perfects, it will deal 600 times his attack to one enemy at the end of the turn. So, I mean, if we just quickly pull up, I mean, currently you see here, it's 2,685. I mean, that's going to be a lot higher, obviously, with, like, if you're adding all of the buffs on top of it, it's going to be a lot higher. So, 2,685 multiplied by 600, meaning that this character, if you hit all 6 of your perfects, does 1.6 million at the end of the turn to a single enemy. And if you run double AKAINU, obviously, you get that multiplied by 2. It's going to be a lot of damage at the end of the turn. Now, one of the big things that a lot of people wanted to see was the fact that the damage is only single target. People wanted it to become AoE damage, and I think that wouldn't have been much of a hassle to do, considering we have Redhead Pirates dual unit that is able to do that in their combined form of their captain. So it is a little strange that they didn't do it for Sakazuki. Definitely a huge missed opportunity there. But in terms of all of the numbers, it's just a great captain ability. Now, as I mentioned, with Limit Break Plus and Level Limit Break, the captain ability does actually become a 5 times captain, and it will also be 800 times his attack to one enemy. So that is actually a pretty big difference. You're adding a lot of additional damage there. So, you know, just the higher multipliers is always nice, but even just with Level Limit Break and all of that, it's a huge buff. And I mean, if we just have a look really quick here, if you get an AKAINU that is not level limit breaking in it or anything, we can actually have a look at the different captain ability. So you can see here that this captain ability is only a 4.5 times attack boost, and it does not increase the chances of landing on matching slots. So that's just the big difference between the two characters, right? So it is what it is. I do think that this AKAINU, in terms of the captain ability, while it is better, it's probably not what we expected. I was expecting maybe like something else. The AoE damage would have been a nice touch, but at the end of the day, he's still going to be a fantastic captain. But another thing we have to talk about is this special ability, because if you guys know what the 6+ V2 Kuzan does, this guy is very similar to that, where he does 200 times his attack to non-type damage to a single enemy, so now becoming a damage dealing special is always nice. He reduces defense up and damage reduction by 3 turns. So that's Blue Shield and Rainbow Shield by 3 turns. Then he changes all slots, including block, into matching, and you get a 2.25 times orb boost to Strength and Int for 1 turn. However, if you've consumed 16 or more Strength or Int slots, it will charge his special by 12 turns. And then it also says that if you launch the special and you already have an orb boost active, you get a 2.25 times attack boost instead. So Kuzan is immensely similar to this AKAINU, and don't mind the cooldowns. It'll basically be that if you have him at max level limit break and you use that special to go ahead and just, you know, activate all the effects, and you get the cooldown, it'll fully charge his special, which means you can launch it twice in the same turn. I do like this. I think this AKAINU is a phenomenal unit, and he's definitely going to see some play in some way, shape, or form. And I do like the fact now that his special does give you a guaranteed full board of slots, rather than just randomly changing it to Strength or Int. It means his usability as a sub has gone up astronomically. I can't wait to give this guy a shot. He's going to be so much fun to use. Now, AKAINU's Rumble stuff has also changed, and I believe this will also get maybe slight upgrades from here. We'll have to wait and see. But the Strength and Int characters will get level 7 HP in attack. That's really good. And Psi enemies miss percent up level 5. This is actually not a bad Rumble ability. It means that it just lowers the chances of you getting hit from Psi enemies' normal attacks, which is pretty good. And then the special is quite high. 34 CT is very high, but it targets all enemies for a 30% health cut. Quick and Psi enemies get defense down level 8 for 40 seconds, and then Psi enemies are hit with 2500 fixed damage. The thing that I like about this, and even though the CT is incredibly high, I do like this special because it guarantees the health cut on all enemies, and then it guarantees you to hit all Psi enemies. I love that. And if you are up against a side team, well, he is an int character, so more likely than not, he's going to be on an int team versus a side team. You can get that defense down level 8 for 40 seconds. That is such a good effect. That's going to last an astronomical amount of time. The only real problem is getting this special to launch, because ints don't have a lot of CT increases, so I don't know about that. I definitely want to give him a shot and see what I can find out with this unit. He seems interesting on paper. I do think he's going to do some really cool stuff. I love the fact that he has the health cut that guarantees you to hit everyone. I love that about this unit, because Int don't have a lot of heavy damage dealers. They've got a couple, but not that many. And this just gives them a little bit of extra damage. The fact that you get that huge health cut, which Int don't have many good health cutters. So this is nice. This is a really good addition to those Int teams. So that's the rundown of all the information that we have right now. And of course, when we get information about the Kizuna clash, I'll probably bring you guys a breakdown and a team video on what you should be expecting and what we can kind of surmise from the rundown of the Kizuna. And hopefully we can build some teams before the actual event comes out. But that is going to wrap up this video today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.